chapter 6. Jesus is Lord over the Sabbath. All right? So Jesus and his disciples do the unlawful thing on the Sabbath day. They harvest grain and they eat it. Now, the Pharisees asked them, why do you do what is unlawful on the Sabbath day? Not knowing that Jesus owns the Sabbath. It's his day anyways. He can do what he wants to do. All right? It wasn't that they were breaking a law, a divine law. They were more so breaking a Pharisee rule. Okay? But Jesus takes this opportunity to give them a history lesson. All right? And reminds the Pharisees that David did the same thing. He went and got the bread that is meant for the priest alone, and he ate it. Better yet, shared it with the men that were with him. Why? Because they were hungry. All right? And he says that the Son of Man is Lord also of the Sabbath. Okay? Another Sabbath day comes. Jesus is teaching in the synagogue. All right? And he notices a man with a withered hand. The scribes and the Pharisees call themselves being a little slick, and they're watching to see whether or not that Jesus is going to heal this man on the Sabbath day. They plot. They just wait for him to slip up and break another one of their rules. He has the man stand up so everybody can see. All right? And he asks, is it lawful on the Sabbath day to do good or to do evil? To save life or destroy it? He tells this man to stretch out his hand, and he restores it whole, just like his other hand. When I tell you the people were big mad, he already knew what they were thinking. All right? But after this, they were looking for an offense, found it. They got upset, and then they met together to see, what are we going to do about this Jesus? All right? And it came to pass in those days, this is verse 12 through 16, that he went into the mountain to pray. Another example of Jesus, hear me clear, stepping aside, moving aside to pray in the mountain, separated from everyone and everything, to commune with the Father. He continued all night in prayer to God. If Jesus did it, how much more so should we? All right? He goes to pray. After prayer, when daytime comes, he gathers his disciples and he selects, he chooses, he calls, and then he chooses, okay, 12 apostles to ride with him, to walk in close proximity with him, all right, including the traitor Judas Iscariot, which he knew from the beginning would betray him. Peter, who he knew from the beginning would deny him 3 times. He knew all these things when he chose them, and he still chose them. Verse 17 through 49 goes through a variety of teachings that Jesus gave, all right? He covers the Beatitudes. The great multitude came to hear him and to be healed, all right? They sought to touch him, for there went virtue out of him. Healing power was prevalent, all right? And he healed them all. The Beatitudes gives you a guide to a blessed life, okay? And you could see them also in Matthew chapter 5, verse 1 through 12. It doesn't promise prosperity, houses, and cars, but it gives you hope for the future. He teaches on love. Love your enemies. Do good to them which hate you. Bless them that curse you. And pray for them that which despitefully use you. Teaching on love. All right. Criticizing. Sweep around your own front door before you come trying to sweep around mine. The beautiful thing about change and transformation in our relationship with God is that while he is changing and transforming our hearts and our minds, before he shows you the problem with anybody else, he deals with you first. He tells Kadia about Kadia and tells me how to fix it. But it's a choice to recognize it and address it. All right? He continues. Talks about fruit. All right? Verse 43 through 45. A good tree brings forth fruit. For a good tree bringeth not forth corrupt fruit, neither do a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree is known by his own fruit. Check the fruit. Why? For the abundance of the heart his mouth speaketh. You ever just allow somebody to just talk? When you just let them talk, you don't have to interrupt them. They start running their mouth. They start revealing their true perception of things, their true thoughts. If it was a facade before, by the time they're done speaking, the truth is revealed. Okay. Verse 46 to 49, building a house on a rock. And why call me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? Whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like. Who is he like? Verse 48, he is like a man which built an house and digged deep and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose, tests, trials, tribulations, storms, the stream beat vehemently upon that house and could not shake it. It didn't move. For it was founded upon a rock. A rock is representing a sure foundation. To be what? Rooted and grounded in God. When you hear, obey. That concludes chapter 6. See you soon.